I just watched this video. There was these two dudes from, I guess I think they said they was from Warwick. Don't hold me to that. I think either someone said it or it was they yeah, I think they said they was from Warwick. Or anyway, they was in Providence on the it looked like the state house uh, grass, or somewhere around the state house or Providence Place Mall, somewhere. It was in Providence, and they was talking crap. They was talking. Like they're untouchable. They all just basically rap foolishness. That hip hop nonsense that the older I get, the more I just can't stand it on any level. On any freaking level, I can't stand it. And people could say old school hip hop, new school hip hop, different. You know, I don't want to hear none of it, because even the old school hip hop, it's the same spirit, just slow walked. You know what I mean? Like, so people basically say, oh, jackasses like Little Uzi Vert or Lil Nas X or Lil this, Lil that, these little idiots. Okay, they said our rappers wasn't like that back in the day. Eric B, Rakim, and LL, and the old school rappers way back, to Bismarck and going way back. But you know what? I beg to differ, because you know what? It's the same spirit. It's just slow cooked. That's all it is. Same spirit, slow cooked. In other words, the contrast from today and yesterday is profound. It's pronounced. Like, you can see the difference, right? Like, say for instance, Diana Ross, 1970, Cardi B, or take your pick, Lizzo, or Sexy Red. Clothes on, clothes off. So you see the contrast. You know what I mean? But if you're slow walked through the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000, and then you see the clothes slowly coming up. So it's not as shocking because you were slow cooked. Let me put it another way for you guys. If you take a frog, everyone knows that, right? You take a frog. Well, I don't know. We've heard it. Let's put it that way. You take a frog and you drop it in boiling hot water. It's gonna jump right out. It's gonna get the hell out of there, right? But if you take that same frog and you put it in some nice, comfortable, warm water, and you turn the heat up slowly, it'll sit there until it dies. So it literally cooks. Same thing. So when people make the argument that old school rap was cleaner or whatever, it wasn't. It's the same spirit of murder that it is today. It's the same spirit of debauchery that it is today. It's the same spirit, the same thing. It's just that back then it had clothes on, and today it doesn't have clothes on. But anyway, these dudes was out there talking junk, talking about nobody here can rap like me, uh, uh, throwing threats, acting like this was something serious, because they was going in. And let me be clear. Just let me be clear. This is not impressive. It's not powerful. It's not even original, right? It's not even original. It's the same tired nonsense on repeat. Same bull crap, foolishness. But what really gets me is the reaction. I looked online and I seen all these people. I mean, people this one makes me think that people. When I say 95 to 97% of people, and I usually use my own demographic, because I don't care about other people's demographic. I talk about my demographic because I want my demographic to do better. But anyway, when I say 95% of us are idiots, I, I believe that, because look, either all right. So maybe maybe I'm in the matrix, and everyone else is not in the matrix. So maybe I'm saying you guys and girls are idiots. Maybe 97% of people are saying, no, Noonie, you're the idiot. But I don't think so, because I think you go by reality, observable reality. Okay, people, people I grew up with, people I've known, uh, forever since we were kids. People from the neighborhood, they're locked into this like it actually matters. I'm on, I'm on Facebook and social media platforms. I'm on all of them because that's what I do. You know what I mean? So I'm on Pinterest, Reddit, Twitter, uh, all of them. You know what I mean? Facebook, YouTube, and Facebook more especially. I see everybody reacting to these idiots on the lawn. One of them's rapping from a phone for crying out loud. It's just amazing to me that this could be such like we've come so far that silliness now is discussable, right? Like in other words, things that would have been just smacked away as foolishness now gets discussion, right? Like foolishness gets discussion. Like we have to have a conversation about stuff that would have been just this, just not even talked about. Like not even worthy of somebody's of a conversation. You dig what I'm saying? But these days, foolishness got to be discussed and 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 everybody has a right to their opinion, like all this foolishness. But anyway, let me get back to these two idiots on the lawn. I guess they're rappers. Uh, I'm they're just talking junk and they're saying I'm sitting here. I was just saying, what are they doing? What the fuck are you doing? What are these people following? Why is this such a big thing? Why is this so? Why is this? Why are people on Facebook? People I grew up with thinking this is a thing. This is news, man. How are people this disconnected from reality? All right, let's put it that way. People are that disconnected from reality. It's mind-boggling to me. So either I'm crazy or everyone else is crazy. Sometimes I really sit back and think, am I the one missing something? Is this some kind of matrix situation where I'm looking at everybody like they've lost it and they're looking at me like in the same way? Because somebody's got to be right. Somebody got to be right. There's no middle ground. There's an ultimate truth to things, right? There's no gray. I hate gray area. Gray area is where the seat hides. I tell everybody all the time. Anytime it's in the great, God spits out the lukewarm. The lukewarm is the middle, either with me or against me. Lukewarm. That's why he spits out the lukewarm, because he don't want to hear that maybe. I don't know. I'm not sure. All this indecisiveness is either you're good or you're bad or you're or right or you're wrong. These are decisive. You got to be decisive. Anything that's gray area, I don't like, because that's where deceit hides. There's no middle ground here. Either I'm completely wrong or a whole lot of people are moving in the wrong direction. Okay, so how do you figure that out? How do you figure out who's moving in the wrong direction? Who's the psycho? Is it me, or is it the 97% of people, 95 to 97% of people that I say are just complete morons? How do you actually get to the truth? Because people would say, nah, Noon, you're the one who's off. You're the one who doesn't get it. You're the one that's cuckoo, Noon. All right. So how do we measure it? You know how we measure it? Results. Okay, that's it. That's it. Or the Bible says you tell by the fruits. So we don't need none of the confusion, because the devil's the author of confusion. We don't need none of that junk. We just look at the results. All you need to do, as my brother E would say, all Grandma Valiant wants to know is the final result. So just look at the results. That's it. Not opinions, not popularity, not who gets the most views, just results. What does your life look like? What are you building? What are you producing? What are your outcomes? All right? Because people can say whatever they want, but look at the outcomes. That's the reality. That's when the reality hits you in the face. I'm not speaking from theory here. You know what I mean? Everybody got their opinions and all that junk. This is not theory. This is observable reality. I built something real, livefusion.live. from nothing, from scratch. No handouts, no shortcuts, no noise, just vision, discipline, and execution. Go check it out, livefusion.live. This is tangible. This is not fantasy. Okay? That's what real focus looks like. That's what happens when energy goes into building instead of distractions like these morons that are out there on the lawn rapping and the other morons that are engaged with them or caught in a hoopla. That's the problem with us anyway. But I'm not, my boy, my boy, I'm not going to get on niggas today. But we know they're there, but we're not going to get on it. So, but you know what I'm saying? It's always distractions. That's proof. The proof is the results. What you know what I mean? You fools are out there making a big thing out of some idiot kids. They're not kids. I'm not even gonna give them a pass. These are like grown ass men out there. And since when does 40, 50-year-old men want to be rappers anyway? You know, I don't know. So let me ask the real question because let me ask the real question. What are the results of all of this? What has all this attention to this nonsense actually done for people? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. It'll be another fad or bunch of foolishness tomorrow. It'll be another dance uh, or some other violence or some other ghetto foolishness. It's for nothing. And that's the problem. Because people are fully locked into distractions while completely disconnected from anything that actually moves their life forward. Like, I mean, you've got people who can break down every detail of a video, even like this, but can't tell you what's going on in the world, can't tell you what's going on in Iran, can't tell you what is affecting their future, can't tell you what you know what foods are destroying your body. Can't tell you anything that helps push your life forward. But they can tell you anything outside, anything outside in entertainment. They can tell you, all the gossip. I had a kid I know. His father and me are good friends, and this idiot just sits around smoking weed all the time. He's burnt out. I'm completely burnt out. Just a jackass. The typical stupid ass nigga that from the neighborhood. And I had I had to roast him. And the thing, and he's a kid. I know when he had snots when I was nose. But anyway, I had to roast him. And it's funny how these niggas, people that come to my my timeline and that never been there. I know who follows me. By the way, a large segment of my following is Caucasian. By the way, but I've got a diverse people, mixture of people that follow me. Basically, people that got brains, not stupid idiot niggas, white, black, or whatever. But anyway, I lost my train of thought. Let me get back to what I was saying. All these new people, it was just a bunch of niggas. Like they when they seen the beef, it's like they gravitate toward. And this is men and women, black men and women. I'm talking about black. This ain't got nothing to do with no, all black. I noticed that they all gravitate. These are people that I know are seen, but they don't rock with me. They don't visit my timeline. But I noticed when they're beef, or they consider the beef because they're not a beef because he's just a dumb jackass. But when they consider it, we look for anything that can be destructive to us as a people, as a whole, as a tribe. All these new people coming up on the timeline to soup up. Whoa, look at that! Like they were just a bunch of jackasses. That's all there is to it. Anyways, tell me something outside of entertainment, right? Tell me something that shows me you got a brain. You have the ability to cognitively think. You have a brain. You can form thoughts. You don't have to just get your thinking from media. That's called programming. That's what social programming is. When you don't know nothing, when they go, hey, go put this uh, shot in your arm, and you don't know nothing about it, but they give you a bunch of propaganda, and you go, okay, and you go do it. You didn't think nothing to it. You didn't research anything. This is the information age. It's no excuse for you to be a dumb, uninformed idiot during the information age. That, my friends, is conditioning. That's not normal. Anyway, and then getting back to these idiots, then we act surprised when nothing changes, right? We act like we do these things and we act like because all the energy is going into things that don't build anything. We ain't building a damn thing. Just ego, noise, and repetition. That's all. That's all. Ego, noise, and repetition, and violence. How can I forget that? We love violence, and you know what? It always seems to be against someone that looks just like us. It's never against anybody else. I'm not advocating violence on anybody else, any other demographic, or nothing like that. That is not what I'm saying. What I am saying is I'm pointing out what it is. And as violent as we are, it seems like it's always against someone that looks like us. Now, either that's self-hate or delusion. Gotta be one of them. Let's talk about the bigger picture. The bigger picture, right? What has this culture, this obsession with this kind of content, this rap, hip hop foolishness actually produced? Has it produced a damn thing but whores and killers? Look around. Be honest. What are the results? Remember I told you that you tell by the results? All Gwen wants to know is the results. Because if something is really valuable, it should produce something meaningful over time. Over time. It takes time. Look at me. Things take time. People go through things, whatever, then you got to shake it off, and things take time. But if all it produces is more conflict, more distraction, more people stuck in the same cycles, if that's all it's producing, then what are we really defending? Huh? When you niggas defend hip hop and you love this stupid culture, hip hop. Hip hop is just a bunch of degeneracy. That's all it is. Give a damn if you feel loyal to it. I don't give a damn if you grew up with me. I don't care about none of it. Hip hop is just a bunch of degeneracy. That's all it is. And it's not good for any community. Never mind. And look, it seems like it does the worst in our community. I just got to say. At some point, you have to step back and ask, why am I so invested in something that's not improving my life at all? Why does this have my full attention? Why is everybody online? Why is these fools out there talking about I'm a show, blah, 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 blah. Why is that even warrant attention? Crazy used to just be crazy. You know what I mean? But things that it shouldn't get anybody's attention, but things that actually matter barely get a second thought these days. You know what I mean? This right here, what I'm dropping on you is wisdom. But you know what? Wisdom it just falls right off idiots. Like they like they can't even comprehend anything that is what's the word I'm looking for? They can't comprehend anything that, for lack of a better word, smart. But if it's stupid, they love it. Because that right there is where the real issue is. It's not these idiots. It's the mindset. It's the mindset of us. It's our mindset. But we act like nobody sees what we're doing. Like the world sees that we're just a complete joke. The world sees that. That's not me. That's observable reality. Just turn on the TV, turn on social media, turn on anything, and you see the rampant repugnanceness. You see it all. So no, them two rapid idiots is not impressive. The people that got caught up in the hoopla is not impressive. It's actually predictable, right? Because we're too birds of a feather flock together. So it's actually predictable. And until people stop paying attention to things that actually produce real results, this cycle is just going to keep repeating itself. And that's it. In other words, keep being an idiot. You know what I mean? Keep being an idiot. Or take your blinders off. I'm a follower of Christ. I don't beat no one in the head. I tell you the truth, and we know the truth should set you free. All right? You know who I was and who I am now. That's the results and that's the proof. You can say whatever you want, but you can see the results. So I don't care what nothing else. The proof is in the pudding, right? So I don't push nothing. I'm not gonna shove my God down your throat because I don't know who your God is anyway. These days people's God is rocks and sticks and sage and candles and all kind of foolishness is gods these days. Actually, some people, their God is them. I hear myself. We're just a bunch of idiots. And I'm saying, and I stick to it. 95% of us are complete and total morons, and it proves it because you watch two fools get on some grass and make a video about rapping about they want to gangster junk, and how people get sucked into it so bad. That tells me IQ. That tells me IQ side. That tells me what we prioritize. We prioritize nonsense. Deacon Greg Towns.